We on our knees want to pray that another ramp to be added to us in more schools. So thank you so much. Those who are online, we want to thank you. And I want to say that the team you've given us, which is on the ground, is committed. The team being led by Caesar is really committed. And we are seeing good fruits on the ground. So, and that is what I had. And I want to say, Mwanyala, Mwanyala.
Who have joined us not only for today, but even yesterday. And some of them should be negative impeding the use of these facilities. So, as food for thought, much as there are negative issues concerning using the local community, there are more positives. So, as I said, we should be able to maximize the positives and minimize the negatives. But all in all, we have to involve the local communities for the best benefit of these facilities. And for proper ownership, they know these facilities were constructed by our sons and daughters, so everything about them is positive. Otherwise, they will take a lot of negative things which may take a lot of time and cost to overcome. That is my submission. Thank you.
In the project at all levels, we are looking at from the onset, ever since this WASH for Smart Cities was launched within the city, we've had positives from the different stakeholders, and that is a plus on our side. And then we've also had commitments at all levels, leadership pledge to support towards aspects of sustainability. We've also had during the feedback that the teams have given in the morning session. We had aspects of allocation. We had the deputy mayor speaking about allocating some funds towards operation and maintenance. And
standard requirements which are supposed to be put in place, skills that are supposed to be passed over, because hygiene and sanitation and wash is a very rich concept, and which needed to be appreciated, to be welcome, and also to be told, which we saw you doing. Then the logistics have come in timely, whereby we see, when we are monitoring, we see a big team going and witnessing capacity building. We see many of us being involved, right from the city to the community. And number two, what did not go well? That is timeliness, engagement, and modality. Of course, we've been having a lot of debate on community engagement, and there was lack of involvement with the community. That is labor-based. We have our people who are able and they are strong enough. If they can just be able to ferry sand, if they can be able to ferry water, we could really appreciate you to bring them on board, because tomorrow, if they look at the toilet, they will also have something in the pocket for survival. Then rainwater harvest was missing in some of the facilities like health center, city health center too, where we had a good flush system toilet, but the water tank is missing. Then in Musoto Primary School, we only see you building for girls, and yet we also have boys who need also the service. We appreciate the school which has put in place and renovated what was there, but because the population is big, and the girls also need to work, the boys also will wonder why girls, why not boys? I hope they will not feel to re-enter and also want to use it, because they are looking and they're wondering how can we miss out, and yet our girls are also enjoying. What about us? And we should PWD toilets were incomplete, both in Musoto, Wazema, and Bukonde. We saw the cistern, but there was no provision for the flush, and we want to see that at least it is also working. Then mindset change, where communities are littering fecal matter in the compound. We saw that in Musoto, and that is really something which is very bad, because if a girl is seeing this in the compound and yet there is a toilet being used at school, and she goes at home and she's not able to help the parents understand that, this is not good because we also do this at school, but at home we are seeing other habits which are not good. So mindset, we need to help our communities get on board in appreciating that littering everywhere is unhygienic and it can cause outbreak of what? Of diseases.
Before, that every stance of the plane was being used by 332 children or pupils. So currently, every stance is being used by about 82 people. And we know the standard. Every stance is supposed to be used by 40 pupils, right? For the day schools. And all these schools and these schools. So I think one of the things we need to bring up here is moving forward. I know this group has brought up issues of budgeting, but how can we also focus to see that we bridge this gap? To see that this gap is bridged. I think, especially the team that has just presented, I think this question I will turn to you. I think that's one thing we need to crack the nut and we see how such, because 1 to 82 and 1 to 40, that's a double. And some schools maybe it could even be bigger than something like that. Now, for example, if you look, we categorize it for boys. You may find boys they are still around 2 and do something like that. I get it. So I think the thing here we need to look at is beyond everything. What else can be done? This is just an open question. Let's be. Yes.
It means maintenance and all other issues are with us, the users. It becomes all we can only appreciate receiving that. And that can aid us into getting other projects coming our way. When you look at the projects we are running currently, I think during the inception meeting in Jinja, the target groups were all primary schools. That is where we're supposed to have implemented all these projects. But how does the Bukote coming ahead in the secondary school performance? It happened when we had just visited there. We saw the need, but also the leadership within Bukote, the way they have struggled to really put that community school look like a school like any other modern school within the city center. It was not bad. And we thought these people needed more support. Therefore, now begs a challenge to Musoto that you are our target, we push so much, you must be there, but we want the environment to look better than the way it is. I know there are challenges because the school is in such a way that community keeps also crisscrossing and entering at any time, and that is the challenge that we are now battling with. The whole idea is to have all schools based off, including ensuring that they get titles for purposes of ownership. And we are now bound to have challenges with management, school management teams that are not doing that. We've done a lot with, when you go to your primary, they have done a lot of improvement. We discussed with the school management. When you go to North Road, it's doing a lot. They are protected against even land grabbers. We've had a discussion with Samaga. They are also now moving into that. So we want active management, school management teams that are actually adding value to schools, not basically demanding for things that are not helping the schools to improve the environment and then the standards of the schools. We are now in the city and we cannot afford schools performing in any way they want to. So I want to thank the teams and I want to thank also. I think the last time I was there, we needed the neighboring school, the school was looking like any other drinking joint. And when we were there yesterday, it has really improved and the ATM, thanks so much. I think that one demonstrated that you're in the right direction. What we now need to do is to fence off so that the people in the market and that community within that area do not now come and again, by that also affects the learning of our pupils. Because you can't learn when there's noise here, when there's the other equipment, the field and all that. So we need to struggle, and one of the issues why I'm saying that there must be active management, school management teams. They're the ones who push for these things. You know, the schools are many and we are sitting in one area. By the time you go to check and see what is going on. So schools where management is very active, actually these things are progressive, and we really try to push most of the schools to be based on. And where the school management is leading, it becomes a problem. You realize just much later on. In this program, there were a number of schools that we discussed, and we tried now civic until we arrived at that. And we are still engaging our friends to still continue helping us to do some of those things. So some of the things you can start raising here, this can't come and run them for us, but we must now take on them and own them up and ensure that these things are moving. But also want to thank in a special way Water Aid. I think that we demonstrate that this things can be done. And for me, in most cases, I want good things. Whoever has brought them, that's why sometimes for me it's not about the local content. It's very important. But you know, Kenya took a decision that if the Kenyans are not doing for us good roads, let's engage the Chinese to do them. Because our interest is something good. It is not about who is earning a what, but are you providing something that's good for the community? When you do that, we have no problem. But sometimes our people also want to engage them, but they do things with a lot of, like the other day I was buying dinners on the street, and the people were